camp in Minneapolis, and it's free for kids who've gone to the Shriners before to get prosthetics, which she has several different times. She doesn't always wear it because it's just kind of, she's not used to it. It just gets in her way. She doesn't really need one. But we go up there to get the prosthetic, and then there's a camp every summer for kids her age. And some of them are missing hands like she is. Some have missing legs, both sometimes, but fingers, yeah. But it's just a fun, thick camp. They do a lot of things. They go fishing and amusement parks. And what else do you do? Valley Fair. What is the thing where you ride the zip line and all the obstacle courses and that kind of thing? So Maureen is the social worker at the Shriners, and so she emailed me, because we always email each other back and forth, and she she said she nominated Kara to go to this Wounded Warrior camp for softball in Washington, D.C., and everything would be paid for. And I said, yay, okay. So then she was chosen, and we got our tickets and everything, and we went to Washington, D.C. You can talk.
Okay, so we had to go on a plane to get there. And
That's bullshit.
yeah. Well,
how was the plane ride?
I got a headache.
You got a headache.
Yeah, and it hurt. And
So what practices? You had practices.
we had practice. We get there and we go to the hotel that we go to live in.
Yeah, we stayed there for a week.
Yeah,
And then they went to practice every day. And tell about some of the things that you learned.
I learned that when you bat to play softball, I used to sing like this.
Show them. Just stand over here and show them how you
This
used
bat's
to.
kind of heavier. It's just a.
So show them how you used to swing.
This, but now they taught me to do this.
You get more power, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it hits the ball farther.
Yeah.
So the people that ran the camp are all Wounded Warriors. So, and they're part of a softball team. There's quite a few of them. There was a couple girls and then more guys, but then they broke up into little sections and they taught them different things. So sliding and batting and what's outfield and different things like that. Different tips on how to do it based on like what part of their body that they're missing, just to help them out. But it also was just fun. Gave them some confidence. There's nobody staring at them all the time like she gets on a regular basis and any other thing that she does. She's used to it by now, and she's got a funny sense of humor. But it does get old. So when she's there, they're all like her, so nobody's staring at anybody because they're all missing something. And it was kind of cool. It was inspiring for all of us, I think, to meet the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it seemed like to me the guys just love those kids.
Yeah. They do it every year.
Uh-huh.
These are
And-
vets.
Veterans, yep.
And this was in Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm.
And did you have a chance to see some of the monuments?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Some of the
Yeah.
Why don't you
Yeah.
let's pass this around so they can look at the photo album. While I took a lot of pictures of the softball practices and things like that and the kids, but then you'll also see they took us on, well, where'd we go? Go ahead, you could talk. Go ahead.
Oh, we went to this what is that place? The airplane place?
Air and Space Museum.
Yeah, it was really cool because we got to see this little movie about how people go into space and how they live there. And
They rented out the whole place for
Yes,
us.
they closed the whole place down just for these kids and the players, and so we had the whole night to ourselves, and then they made
Caterers.
I don't know if I have any of the pictures of they catered it all fancy, little teeny cakes and cookies and mini ice cream sundaes, and for the adults there was champagne in glasses and coffee bar and all different kinds of things. It was set up pretty cool with candles and all.
Don't forget the ice cream. cream.
The ice cream. I said the ice cream.
So how many kids were at the camp, Monica?
We're all in here.
How many? About.
What's the motorcycles?
Oh, that was.
Oh, wait, no, Mama.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we got on this bus at our hotel, and that's where we go to our practices because we don't have cars. And they were just motorcycles, and they were there to escort us to the field that we
The
played.
last day they played a game at night under the lights, and the kids played against the kids. They had their own teams, the red versus the blue, and then they played the Wounded Warrior team travels the United States and plays, and they play against like celebrities, local celebrity teams, like news people and things like that.
Is it to raise money, or do they just do it?
Just do it for they probably raise money because like
Awareness.
we went to one. They came to Sioux Falls, so then we went to Sioux Falls because they said if anybody lives around where we're playing, you can stop by or let us know. So I emailed the coach, and then they get to be part of the team. So she got to go down into the dugout and then high five the celebrity team at the end and be part of the picture. So they treat the kids that are local to the area like they're celebrities too. So yeah.
Did they announce her name and stuff?
No, we didn't get there on time for that. If we would have gotten there earlier for the parade and everything, but we had to work that day. It was a Friday.
But it was fun.
Yeah, it was still fun. She liked to see the guys. They all gave her hugs, and yeah, they're really nice to the kids.
Do you
So
keep in touch with any of them?
John does. My husband does. Her dad.
There's
Through
a cute.
Facebook.
I don't know if you have that picture of John carrying that one little kid.
Oh, I
There was
don't
one-
know if
Oh,
I do.
my friend Hope that I met there, she didn't have a leg, and there's a picture of her in there, and
It was really hot that day, wasn't it? And you had to walk a
it was really
lot.
hot that one day, and we everybody was supposed to go to this movie, but it was Transformers, and we didn't really want to see it, so we went and
Well, we toured. We went on our own one day and toured the whole city ourselves. They took us on a tour bus, and we went and saw all the monuments on a bus. But then one day we just skipped out of the movie night.
So you could see them.
So we could go and walk in them instead of just being on a bus. Because they did the Air and Space Museum where we got to go in, and then we toured the Capitol. That was one thing that they did. And Paul Ryan walked right by me, and I saw him as he was walking right by me. He came out of his office through that where the statue hall is, and walked right by me. And I'm like, that was Paul Ryan. Anyway, that was kind of cool. So they did that, and then we went on the bus tour, and we got to see the outside a little bit further away of the White House. But then we went on our own one day, and her little friend Hope she's missing a leg, and it was just so hot. And so Kara said, "You want to borrow my dad?" And so then he gave her a piggyback ride because she was a trooper. She kept up with us, and I was pooped. So yeah, it was pretty.
So
nice
there's a
to give
cute
her
picture,
piggyback.
John carrying that little girl on his back. I
yeah.
thought that was a nice picture.
Yeah.
So was she born without a leg, or did they?
She had some bones or something, but it was just kind of the same type of thing. She had to have hers amputated. She was missing a bunch of bones. I don't exactly know. Didn't really ask too much, but yeah.
Did she have a prosthetic?
Yes.
Wasn't it like a little springy thing? Didn't she have it, or did she?
Oh, she had two different ones. One a walking one, and then one that looks like the
It's like a running.
Yeah.
a running. Yeah. But it's harder for her, and I noticed some of the other players. You learn the difference between like if you're just losing a leg below the knee or up at the hip. Hers is up at the hip. She always has to swing it. So running is hard for her. She always has to swing it out, and it's harder to walk. And harder for the players too. We became pretty good friends with a guy named Dan, and he's a veteran, and he was missing his leg up at the hip. And he had a harder time running to the bases. Where some of the other guys, you wonder what's wrong with them. Because you can't, the arms are fine, and they just ran like champs. Well, because their leg was below here, so they had their knee. So their prosthetic was pretty cool, and they could just run fast, slide, and all that. So.
And this girl, Danielle Green, she lost her leg, not her leg, her arm. And so when she bats, she got a prosthetic that has a bat on her arm.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Could she hit pretty good?
Yeah.
She just like flung it off.
Yeah,
To
it's
run.
weird when she runs and she just takes that whole arm, and the whole arm with the bat and everything just flies
It's
down.
kind of scary.
She throws her arm down.
Her hat flying off, it's
Yeah,
The arm
bat
fly.
and the arm.
the bat and the arm all together. Yeah.
Was you playing softball before you went to Washington DC already? You started?
Yeah,
So
what
was
was
it
your
easy
team?
to retrain the batting way?
No.
No, it was harder to.
Harder to get used to. She still needs more practice doing
Well,
it
it's
that
only
way.
been the last summers.
Yeah.
Because you didn't play that way at your first at your games. You used the
Well,
old
when
way.
I'm at my games, there are the girls, the little girls, and they aren't good at throwing balls.
Oh, pitching. They're not good pitchers, so.
They don't pitch it where you can hit it.
Yeah, so when you do this, it's just straightforward, but then they might just go like that, and then you don't hit it.
We can pass that around too.
What position did you play?
It doesn't
No, they do all of them, I think.
really. Yeah, that's
We're
the
still
thing.
doing
You played a lot of first. You played some third. What else?
I played outfield.
Or second, outfield. They play them all over.
Yeah.
It's so much different in Sioux City than it is in a small town. Small town, it's the school and it's the school. There's so many independent clubs, and you really don't play for the school until you get to be in middle school. And if you haven't done some of the really good clubs to get you kind of linked in and knowing how to play well, you don't make the team. You have to try out and you have to make the team. So, and that's the way it is for band. Like, she's in jazz band, she had to try out and make the jazz band and make the symphonic band. So it's a lot more competitive in the city. They don't just let anybody do it. So we're in
Well, there's so many.
Yeah.
there's-
We're out here,
Yeah.
we need you.
Yeah.
Whether you're good or not, we're gonna have a spot for you.
Yeah.
But not in the city. Too many, too real
Right.
competition.
So these warriors, is this their job then, or is this just volunteer?
It's volunteer. They have jobs. Well, the coach is their job, but in the summer, you kind of be. I mean, I can see how it kind of has to be their job to do the touring and playing the games because they're doing it every weekend. So unless they're just have weekday jobs, and then doing it on the weekend, just the games. But they do quite a bit of touring around.
And they
Playing
played
all
up in
over.
Sioux Falls or something,
Yeah.
didn't they? I thought I
Yeah, and
saw
she
that.
went to it.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah, that's
seeing
the one she got to be give
And
high
they-
five. to
And
the
they all gave her
teams.
kind of a hug. They were
Yeah.
like,
You're a
Yeah.
celebrity.
Yeah, they all remembered her.
"Hmm."
And then they played in a tournament the next day. So we stayed and we watched that. Had a little mini vacation in Sioux Falls.
So do they have you come up to Shriners then periodically? Or is she done up there? Or will she-
The camp,
No, this hospital.
Oh no, she's gonna go up there this summer and she's going to camp again. This is her last year for camp because it's the last age, 11. Oh, she didn't know that. Yeah, 11 is the last age. Yes,
There
ma'am.
was a girl, and she was like 13.
Maybe helpers, but anyways, so she's gonna get so whenever she gets a prosthetic, we go up there. The only downside to that, even though it's free, is you have to go up there and get it made, fitted, and then you have to wait 3 weeks and then you have to go back up there again to get it, to pick it up and to make sure that it fits right, doesn't rub or anything. So you have to go up to Minneapolis twice. What? Minneapolis.
Shriners Hospital.
Yeah, the Shriners.